Hello, I'm Jacob and you are watching the Prepper's Bunker Outdoors. Today I want to talk to you about the AIM Sports 4-power rifle scope right here. This scope comes from the factory on the Cricket Precision rifle. It comes from the Cricket on a few other rifles as well. They offer completes, and you can also buy this optic from Primary Arms, from Cricket themselves, and from a few other retailers. And so what should you expect? This is a $40 to $100 fixed 4-power scope with a mil-dot reticle. And let me just start off by saying that they advertise it as a mil-dot reticle, but so far as I understand, it is not a true mil-dot reticle, as the mils on the mil-dot reticle do not correlate with actual mils. We were doing some shooting with this rifle, me and my buddy Justin, at 180 yards, and he told me he was 6 mils high. I went 6 mils high on my reticle. It should swap over if they're both accurate. And I was shooting like 15 feet high. It ended up being 1.5 mils on my reticle. So if you're looking at purchasing this scope and really trusting the mil dots, I wouldn't. Anyways, I've been shooting here. I shot about 150 rounds of CCI standard velocity, and you know, I was shooting some really good groups with this rifle. My buddy Justin was really impressed. Like I said, we're shooting it out to 180 yards. I was killing steel easily out to 100 yards, no problem. At 70 yards, the 2-inch plate was no problem at all. And I lost when we were shooting at 180, my scope base became loose. And so shooting was over. That's that. Can't blame that on anything but me for not tightening and Loctiting the scope base from the get-go. So fast forward a little bit, I tightened the scope base, wasn't hitting where I was originally, obviously, had to re-zero. And I realized I started shooting some good groups when I was zeroing. And they're stickers and stickers and stickers underneath here because I've layered them. But my groups started getting weird. So I started shooting 10 and 15 shot groups, and I was shooting all over the place. Let me just say that my expectation here, if I do my part, is to shoot at 50 yards about a 1/2-inch group. The rifle, I do believe, is capable of that, and the scope is pretty much capable of that if I do my part. And we're going to get to that in just a second here. So I'm shooting all over the place here and here. And so what I'm getting, I'm constantly adjusting left. I'm like, what in the heck is going on here? Left further, left further. I'm constantly cranking left. And so what happens is, out of 15 rounds, I'll get some rounds doing whatever the heck they want to do, and then I'll shoot a decent group for a little while and go to the next target, and I'll be in a completely different area, again shooting wonky. Okay, so the next thing that I needed to do was I needed to eliminate the most common gun problem, and that is the shooter error, right? So from a cold bore, this is the only time I've ever, out of this other rifle, shot the Ely Remington match. Cold bore here, so a couple are high, but this is a 10-round group. So like I said, 2 high, probably cold bore, maybe my fault, but really we've got 8 rounds right there. And so that rifle can shoot better than this also. So I've got a whole bunch of Ely ammo to test on that rifle. By the way, that is the cheapest possible base class competition rifle for NRL 22. It's a big reveal. It's a big secret right now. I'm going to reveal it in October. It's really, really cool. I'm so excited about it. But our shooter error here, this is the only 10 rounds that I shot all day out of that rifle, and it's the only 10 rounds of this ammo that I've ever shot through that rifle, and immediately that's what I shot. So if I was out here longer, you'd see much better groups. But long story short, this little scope here, this should be what is expected, most likely. I wonder if you can see that reticle anywhere in there. You're not going to be able to see it, are you? There it is. You can't really focus on it. Anyways, it's a $40 to $100 scope, depending on where you buy it from. You shouldn't be surprised by a lack of quality. However, it says it's made in Pennsylvania, so I had a little bit higher expectations. I was thinking it might be decent. It's really not. I absolutely believe at this point that we are having a trouble maintaining zero, about 300 to 400 to 500 rounds in with that rifle. I have read the same online. So basically at this point, I wanted to review this rifle as a kit coming with the bipod and the scope, even if they're cheaper, even if they were subpar, because I was thinking it would be a really cool way to get local people into some competitions, both for children and adults. If they can just go down to the store, they don't have to buy anything extra. It all comes assembled, ready to go, and they can go and compete. But if they can only get 200, 300 rounds in before things get wonky in the scope, then it's not a good deal. It's not a good value. So this is not a rifle review. However, if you're going to buy this rifle, I am going to recommend that you purchase it without the scope. It's a little bit cheaper. I think it's about $50 to $60 cheaper, I think, without the bipod or the scope. I would take the hit. If you really like the thing, I think it is worth it at this point. This isn't supposed to be a rifle review. I do think it's worth it at this point, though, but I would not get it with the scope, because I think even at the MSRP, even at the price you're paying of $40 or $50, I still think it's a waste. I know, everybody's going to say, of course it's a waste. It is what it is. But there you go. Now, I would really like to replace this with the Primary Arms 1 to 6 power 22 long rifle scope, or the Primary Arms fixed 6 power 22 long rifle scope. They have a bullet drop compensated reticle for 22 long rifle that may or may not be worth anything up to 200 yards. But what I like about it is you have little circles to look through at your target, and I think that's going to be better for a lot of this work when I'm looking at small targets or small small game. So I think that that's the route that I want to go with this. I am going to continue testing this rifle. You will get an initial impressions review on the rifle very soon, but this is just a quick review on the AIM Sports 4x32 scope that comes from the factory with it. I was thinking that when I upgraded the scope, I could give this one to one of my boys to put on their cricket rifles. And at this point, I think I'm going to confirm this video by throwing another scope onto this rifle. But if I can confirm that it is in fact the scope that's the problem, I'm going to contact AIM probably about warranty, I guess. And then maybe sell it for somebody's airsoft rifle, or maybe a replica. Maybe. I don't know. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope that you have a blessed day. I don't know how I made this video 9 minutes long. I do apologize for that, but I hope that it helped somebody. So I will talk to you in the comment section below.